Thank you for your interest in Canola for Our Advantage, the Canola Council of Canada's On-Farm Climate Action Fund program, or OFCAF, offering incentives to help growers initiate or advance 4R nutrient stewardship on canola acres. Applications for Year 2 of Canola for Our Advantage will be submitted through our new user-friendly application portal, which opens on June 26, 2023. To access the portal, follow the link on the Canola Council website at canolacouncil.org/4R-advantage. The first step will be to register and set up your profile within the new portal. Even if you applied in Year 1, you still need to complete this simple registration process. When on the portal login screen, click Register. Choose the registration option that best fits your role in the Canola for Our Advantage application. Once you complete registration, you will be able to invite those with other roles to contribute to the application. Complete the registration form and then click Submit. Within 5 minutes of submitting, you will receive an email with a link to create your password. If you don't receive the email, please check your junk or spam folder in case it has been filtered out of your inbox. After you set your account password, you will automatically be logged in and will be taken to the application dashboard. This is where you can check the status of your application. To start a new application, click on Funding Opportunities. Either the grower applicant or the 4R designated agronomist can start a new application. Both must complete portions of the application form before it can be submitted. Select Apply Now to begin your application for Canola for Our Advantage. Confirm the role you are applying for with your application, and then click Continue. Before you begin your application, read through the application instructions. Below these instructions, you'll find information on how to invite others to your application, like your 4R designated agronomist. Once you've read through the instructions, scroll down to begin your application. The first part of the application includes your contact information and that of any collaborators that have accepted invitations to collaborate on your application. If you need to change your contact information, visit your profile by clicking on your initial in the top right-hand corner of the portal. To invite a collaborator, like your 4R designated agronomist, use the Collaborator Invitations section within this Contact Information tab of the application. Press the Collaborator Invitation button just below these instructions, and a new window will open. Press the plus button to add a contact. Enter their first name, last name, and their email address. Then select the role that the contact should be assigned for your application. Press the Invite button. An email invitation will be sent to them with instructions. At any point, click Save Draft to save your application in its latest form. To continue, click Next to view program details. Please review the eligibility requirements and confirm that you are eligible to receive funding under Canola for Our Advantage. After you confirm your eligibility, click Next to start entering your information. Start by entering a project title. This should be the last name of the applicant, first initial, and a descriptor, like Year 2 application, that will help identify this application if you or your agronomist will be working on more than one application. Then enter total acres under management, total canola acres, and the township legal land description of the home section of land for the farm business. As you start typing the location, the drop-down menu will give you options to select your home section. Then click Next. To select the BMPs you would like to apply for, click the Add Edit BMP Selection button. Fill in the BMP selection table with the field locations, acres, and information on BMPs that you are applying for, then click Save. To add a new row for each field, press the plus button. First, you will enter the legal land description of each field that you will be claiming BMP costs for. List the quarters, and the section Legal Land Description in section, township, range, meridian format. Then enter the total number of acres in that land parcel. Select the planting season that the BMP is applied to and when canola will be planted to the field. Enter the number of acres that a BMP will be applied to for each field location. For any BMPs that you're not applying for, you can leave those acre columns blank. And if you're applying for the Enhanced Efficiency Fertilizer, or EEF BMP, select the eligible product intended to be used for the field. Repeat the process using the plus button for as many additional rows as you need. If you need to remove a row, press the X on the right-hand side of the row. Click Save, close the window, and then hit Next. Now enter the details for your funding request, including expected eligible costs, by clicking the Add Edit Funding Request button. Enter the expected total eligible cost amounts for each BMP you are applying for. This is the total cost across all fields that you entered into the BMP selection table. The platform will automatically calculate the 85% cost share, which is the amount you can be reimbursed, up to the $20,000 maximum per BMP. If you are applying for reimbursement of agronomist consulting fees to develop your 4R plan, enter the expected eligible costs. The platform will automatically calculate the 85% cost share up to the $5,000 maximum. Finally, press the Save button, and the platform will calculate the total application amount up to the maximum of $75,000 that can be received from all OFCAF programs over the 2-year OFCAF program lifetime. Please note that if you have or will receive other OFCAF funding, you need to ensure that your funding request here won't result in you exceeding that $75,000 limit. Once you've filled in the applicable fields, click Save and close the window. Before moving on, you will need to answer yes or no as to whether you will be receiving funding or have received funding from any other sources for the costs included in this application. If yes, you will be asked to list the source of that funding and the amount received. After you've answered the question, click Next. After you've invited your 4R designated agronomist to participate in the completion of your application, they will need to complete this 4R designated agronomist declaration. An application can't be submitted for funding consideration until the verified 4R plan is in place. In the meantime, you can complete the rest of the application and save it as a draft. Once the 4R plan is in place, you and your 4R designated agronomist can return to the application, update your declarations, and then the application can be submitted. The next section on identifying yourself as a member of an underrepresented group is optional and only visible to the grower applicant. If you choose to provide any of the information in this section, those details are protected under the Privacy Act and will not affect your application. Click Next to navigate to the final section of the application. The final step in the application is completing the applicant declarations. Once the declaration is completed, press Save. Then you can either keep your application as a draft or hit Submit if your 4R designated agronomist has already completed their declaration. After you submit, both the grower and agronomist will receive an email confirming your submission along with a PDF attachment of your application. Visit the CCC website for complete program details. The Canola 4R Advantage team would be happy to assist with application support and answer any questions you may have.